it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of the Vampire Diaries. We're on episode number 20 of season 4. Do you want to go down? There you go. Yeah, prom time in the last episode. Yeah, we love a good vampire show that has the prom somewhere in its third or fourth season. No, this one was a bit more dramatic compared to the other example, especially with Elena, with that lack of humanity, Silas, of course, tormenting Bonnie. It was just a really, really intense episode all around, really. So, yeah, but I'm excited to get into this episode. Of course, we had the whole idea of Klaus being whisked away to New Orleans, I believe it was. Setting up things for a spin-off, of course, that we will be starting in a matter of weeks in my perspective, but yeah, not long to go now, right? So yeah, but I'm excited to get into this episode. Why don't we get into episode number 20 of season 4 of the Vampire Diaries? Let's go.
Let's just say that werewolf girl, Haley, turned out to be just the thing we needed to get Klaus out of our lives.
Oh, really?
For good.
I thought it was that witch you mentioned. That enticed it. Oh, here we go. Are we setting things up here? Like for the originals? Are we doing this now? Of course, just get a strand of her hair for the spell. Lovely.
The other half are too scared.
Because they know we're gonna get caught, Jane Ann.
We don't have any other options, Sophie.
So is that...
You know what you need to do.
So is this essentially the pilot of the originals or something like that? We're gonna be focusing on New Orleans and we're gonna, like, cozy people into what the originals is gonna entice about. Yeah, entice off, should I say? Or entail, should I say? Burn a map? Static a signal?
So knowing our brother, this was a mission to silence and slaughter.
I'm here for this. I'm here for this originals pilot.
Well, the French Quarter witches are not allowed to be trifled
Oh,
with.
oh.
You don't suppose they found...
And then I'll either stop them or I'll help them.
Oh, this is all tying everything there, isn't it? Oh!
I'm looking for someone. A witch. Perhaps you
And
might
then
be able to
Rebecca's
help me
gonna chime
find her.
in.
Jane Ann Devereux. Marcel's rules.
Who's Marcel?
Where do you suppose I might find Marcel?
Oh, hello, hello. This Marcel? He's a hit. Face of Thunder. So these two have great history.
Marcel. What would you have done?
I'd have thrown you a damn parade.
I was gonna say, are they gonna do this Han Solo Lando approach?
My mentor, my savior, my sire.
Oh, mentor!
Looking for Jane Ann. And you probably ought to come with me. Showtime! I'm guessing Marcella is gonna be a very, very important piece. If Klaus was his mentor. And I'm already liking the vibe of him.
Without getting caught. So,
why don't we just cut to the chase?
Okay,
huh?
we're getting a bit more here. Doing this shit in secret.
You tell me what magic you're brewing. I mean, tell me. I'll grant you leniency.
Jeez.
I'll give you one more chance.
Oh my god! Whoa! What the hell did he just do? Holy shit!
I can find out for you, and I will, I promise.
Oh, are we gonna see these two at odds or something? I'm seeing the first crack.
Was Doesn't matter anymore, does it? Your oldest scotch. My two friends here, love. Marcel wants to know what I'm up to. He can ask me himself.
And the cracks continue to expand. Oh, this should be fun.
Ask her yourself, but I guess you can't, seeing as Marcel killed her.
Oh. Oh, did Klaus take him out? Oh, oh my god! Oh, no, Elijah! Coming in clutch!
I'm Elijah. You heard of me?
Yes.
For me.
Fine. Why don't you show me what you've done with the place? While you explain exactly what it is you've been up to in my town.
Follow me.
You did say, what is yours is his. So it's his town. Oh. Oh.
See, brave, I let her live. Dumb, she's deserted.
Hello there.
You know, it's not safe here alone.
You know I have a black belt in karate.
Oh shit, she's brave, definitely.
Marcel was nothing but an orphan street rat until you made him what he is.
Oh.
And now he's out of control. He does what he wants. He kills who he wants. I'm gonna stop him. And you're gonna help me.
Bold?
But as keepers of the balance, we still know when nature has cooked up something new. For example, I have a special gift of sensing when a girl is pregnant.
What? Yo, whoa, what?
Niklaus,
Yo!
the girl is carrying your child.
Daddy Klaus? Holy shit, this is insane.
Kill her and the baby.
You heartless bastard.
Take back everything we lost, everything that was taken from us.
So he's choosing Klaus' side.
Came to despise us.
Our family was ruined. We were ruined. And since then, all that you have ever wanted, all that we have
Family?
ever wanted,
Was a
Yeah, this is his chance to finally get that, but
and we remain together, always and forever.
get him, Elijah.
No.
Something's gonna drive him to common sense. Okay, this show's getting a bit more interesting now. It's funny because it's still the Vampire Diaries, but it's the pilot of the original.
Singular place deep inside. And what's that? We're alone. And we hate it.
Very
Tell Elijah to
powerful
call me when he
sentiment
comes
there
home.
from Catherine.
I'll be waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of hurts, doesn't it?
My rules.
And if someone breaks those rules, they die.
Mercy
Very
is for the weak.
cutthroat.
You taught me that too. And I'm not the prince of the quarter, friend. I'm the king.
Oh my god!
Show me some respect.
Oh! I think he's gonna side with the Witcher. Oh my god. Poor Thierry.
Your friend will be dead by the weekend. Which means I've broken one of your rules.
He wishes he could control his demons instead of having his demons control him.
Oh.
He's lost. Alone.
Oh heck.
Family. I made him in my image and he has battered me. I want what he has.
There we go. He's gonna challenge him for the throne.
I want to be king. There.
Well, yeah, he's chosen his side. I mean, yeah, this is all about power and all of that, but it's also the aspects of family and loyalty and, yeah. It's very important for Klaus.
Chuck. And all I can think about is how much I want to show it to you. Maybe one day you'll let me.
Would be interesting if Caroline were to come to
So that's it?
New Orleans.
I'm just supposed to...
Your family needs you. Now, what choice you make right now is your own.
But he's pleading with you. Come on. Come on, Rebecca. Come on. It would feel a bit empty having the originals without Rebecca.
I wish him no joy, no love. I will stay here and live my life the way I want to, and if you're smart, I suggest you do the same.
She's gonna turn around. I feel...
She's right. I'm hungry. Not that you care.
But I do. That's the whole point.
He cares, you don't.
Care, you don't care.
See, you're confused.
Change.
Go ahead. Let's see who breaks first. Me? Or you?
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Well, I don't know what I was watching. It wasn't the Vampire Diaries. Oh, that's it though. This was a pilot episode for the originals. I know some shows do, like, before they have a season or whatever planned for a spin-off, they do have a little bit of a pilot episode to kind of ease in people and all of that. Sometimes to test the waters, see if people like it. Other times, because I imagine this was already greenlit, the originals, by the time this episode, aired and all of that. Sometimes just say to people, well, this is what you got. We're just going to ease you and try to entice the people who... Because some people might not want to watch spin-offs and all of that, so... they'd be like, not for me, but cool, whatever, anyways. But this will garner people's interest. Like, hey, if you like the Vampire Diaries, you might like the original. So, yeah. But that's it, though. It might test the waters, and it might not fare well. A.k.a. it might not get picked up. But, like I said, I imagine this already was, and this was just to try and entice the people. Hey, you might want to check this out if you want to follow Klaus's adventures. So, and it's a strong opener, I guess you could say, for the original. So... yeah, but I really enjoyed that. I think the originals is going to be a show that I'm really going to love. I mean, I love the Vampire Diaries. And of course, when you're switching on to a spin-off, you do worry about how it's going to fare to its primary show. I definitely did remember wondering if Angel was going to be amazing compared to Buffy. It was. And it's just so interesting, though, because, like, there are sometimes the case where people suggest that the spin-off show is better than the primary show, which is always very tantalizing, because you never imagine it. But, with that pilot episode of the Vampire Diaries, of the originals, should I say, consider me sold. Sign me up. No, that was honestly amazing in terms of how it sets things up in terms of Klaus's next step, because it certainly does have some intriguing elements, especially the power play that we have in New Orleans. There is already a bit of a different, I would say a bit of a different vibe, especially in terms of the supernatural essence in the originals. Given the fact that there is that mention that people look the other way rather than, secrets coming to the surface and all that jazz. But mainly, of course, you do have that whole situation with Marcel and his vampires versus the witches. It's a very, very interesting element, especially with Marcel having a steel fist over the city. So, yeah. but it also does, of course, pay heavy poignant to family at the end of the day. So, yeah. But it's just really, really amazing. So, yeah, I wasn't really sure, like, what we were going to get in terms of the originals. I just know that, obviously, this would... feature the originals, Klaus, Elijah, Rebecca, seemingly. Well, she's denying it, but I'm expecting her, like, I'm expecting something to happen in terms of either Klaus, Elijah's in danger, Rebecca comes in clutch to save the day, and she's definitely gonna appear on the originals. It'd be a bit weird if she decided to, you know what, the originals is ongoing. I don't give a shit. I'm staying in Mystic Falls, so... but no, I do expect her to be involved in some capacity, so... Yeah. I mean, it would just be a bit weird with Elijah and Klaus, just them in the show called The Originals. Of course, there is the plot twist about Haley being pregnant. We'll get onto that in a moment. It is looking very, very intriguing. So, yeah. But no, it sets things up really, really neatly. I will say, Jane Ann, because of course Catherine name-dropped her in the last episode. And then we saw her, and then she just gets killed off very instantly. I was a bit, like, completely shook when that happened, because I was expecting her to play a bit more of a serious role into things, given the fact that she was heavily name dropped. But I think that was just like the first step in terms of like it was basically the first step into temptation, really, I guess, in terms of Klaus staying in New Orleans. So yeah. So yeah, because at the end of the day, they needed Klaus to be on board. Especially with the whole idea, and especially with the fact that, he has history with Marcel, and the way to entice him is just to kidnap Haley, and yeah. So, and it works out really, really well with Klaus's wants as well, and of course we'll discuss that later. But yeah, I mean, he has to be taken down a notch, especially with the suppression that the witches are under, given the fact that Marcel, like I said, he has a very, very tight hold on New Orleans and how witches cannot practice magic, etc. So yeah, but with the fact that that Klaus is a very, very, it's not just very reputable in terms of his fierce nature, but also, with Marcel being the protege, he's got to take him out of the equation. He needs to be taken down a step or two. So yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I mean, I was not expecting that plot twist in regards to the one night stand. So protection, people. But it really does set things up really neatly for Klaus's journey as well. But just the idea of it is just insane, because of course we know that vampires cannot they cannot have kids, etc. So, and I guess it kind of makes sense with the whole werewolf factor for both Klaus and I guess I guess Haley. It's just surprising. Because you just cannot imagine. He's still got vampire DNA in him, but I guess especially with the werewolf bit in him, yeah, it kind of cancels out any kind of prevention of being able to produce kids. So yeah, still insane. So, but I do like the idea. Like it's not only a thing that kind of makes sense in terms of how Klaus works, in terms of like his the fact that he's got part werewolf DNA in him, but it's also very, very pointed in terms of Klaus's goals. Obviously, he's been someone who has been so he has been so wanting family, someone loyal to him, and it's paining him seeing Marcel better him, that like the student has exceeded the master. And it's just paining him with the idea that like Marcel's done a better job than him, and you know there is that like superiority, like, well, no, not even that, inferiority really complex that he's having, because Klaus is, you know, someone who is feared. He had like his the actions that he produces, they justify how fierce he is and how powerful he is. But there is going to be a bit of inferiority with how Marcel has one-upped him in every corner, even in terms of like power, because he's got his minions with him. He's got that loyalty. There is no questioning in terms of Marcel's peeps. So, whereas with Klaus, of course, he's really all alone, and Elijah is willing to help him out. Of course, for Elijah, there is an end goal in terms of hoping that Klaus can find a better path and all of that. And he doesn't want Klaus to become like his father, really. He wants this family to be united, so he's willing to help out as much as possible, as long as there is a glimmer of hope. And especially with the revelation that Klaus can become a father, there is that hope. Because, again, Klaus can avoid becoming like his father. He can have that family. He can have a better way forward, and yeah, it will just be what the original family has sought for. That has been a bit of a dream for them as of recent. So this union, this family, and for Klaus, this is also, I mean, it's not just a chance, because obviously he is looking to be king of of New Orleans, basically. But there is also this chance that he's not only going to get that chance to have a family of his own, but to have an heir as well. So, yeah. But there is that value that Elijah is going to inflict on Klaus, and yeah, I mean, obviously power is going to be a big play here, but I think over the course of the originals, we're definitely going to see something evolve in Klaus in terms of his vulnerabilities and all that jazz. I mean, even when Cammy was showing the painting, and how, of course, that was definitely reflecting Klaus, you saw him, like, it was like I don't know if anyone else saw that, but I think he was tearing up a bit, because he realized that this was about him, and it was just sad. It was just really, really sad. So, and I really, really loved that, but he was just trying to fight it off, because he can't show that vulnerability, but it was just really, really beautiful stuff there. So, he was definitely getting teary-eyed at the painting. So, yeah, but, like I said, I feel like that might be one small step in terms of, towards a bigger light for Klaus in terms of him turning things around, because I can definitely see him being the anti-hero in this spin-off. If, Marcel's going to be the antagonist, someone needs to knock him down a peg, and now it's all begun with him, just playing ball, like, pretending, hey, bygones be bygones, psych. So, yeah, but it's definitely going to be very interesting. So, but yeah, I did like Marcel's characteristics, though. Yeah, he definitely has that charm and all of that, and again, there's a very, very interesting story element with him, learning everything from Klaus, but he's exceeded better. He is the king. He is, like, even though that, he has that mantra, what is mine is yours. There is this essence that he can treat Klaus like he is the protege. he is trying to learn, like, as if Klaus is trying to learn everything from Marcel, because Marcel has a bit of a better grip on things, so he's got that superiority. But it is, you know, I feel like the introduction to Marcel's character was just very interesting. He definitely is, you know, like with the way that he's able to run things and the way that he's got everything covered and all of that, and how he's suppressing the witch. He makes for a very, very interesting antagonist. And yeah, I'm very, very interested to see how things go for him, because he is very, very dangerous. And, you know, even though that he has a good rep with his colleagues and all of that, there is that fierceness that comes with his character. So, yeah. So yeah, it was just really, really great stuff. Yeah, you had a feeling that the breakup between Elijah and Catherine was going to come about. I mean, not just because the original, unless Nina pulled double duty and I'm appearing on the Vampire Diaries, and that would take a bit of a shine of things, because Nina is, you know, leading this show and all of that. So you got to have Klaus flourish, but it wasn't just that though. But you know, Elijah's going to be there for Klaus, so. Whereas Catherine's like, stay here, or like, well, stay with me, we can build our own lives together. So, yeah, you're not going to have the originals with just one original calling the shots. So, yeah, but I am wondering who else is going to, like, appear, like, not just Rebecca, Klaus, and Elijah, but, you know, there is, of course, the prospect that Caroline could get involved, of course. I mean, Klaus is still showing interest and love. Like, he has no interest pursuing something long-term with Haley. And of course, at the minute, he sees the fact that Haley is pregnant with his kid as a means of power, of superiority here. Instead, if he's wanting to pursue something in terms of love, he's going to go for Caroline. So... and he's not giving up on her whatsoever, so I do wonder if we're going to see her involved in some capacity, but no, I'm just liking the vibe, just the general outline of things with how the originals. It just is a very, very intriguing first go about in terms of the originals. So I'm very excited to check this show out. So yeah. Because I know, like, I have mentioned, like, prior, of course, to this episode, that I was planning to watch the originals. A few people were really curious if I was going to check it out, especially with the fact that it is entangled with, of course, future seasons of the Vampire Diaries. Kind of like how, you know, there were certain episodes of Angel entangled with with Buffy. So, yeah, but, you know, this just gives me a bit more promise and hope, really, for the original. So, yeah, whereas I was already planning on watching it, I mean, this is just, you know, appetizing things further. So, yeah, but, yeah, brilliant stuff. Brilliant introduction to, I guess, Marcel, who seemingly is going to be the main bad for at least this first season of the originals. But yeah, it sets things up really, really nicely, and yeah, I'm on board with this show. So let's go. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my BG Feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!